Here's a quick and easy way to remove a collection account off of your credit report. If you don't know who I am, my name is Kenny Johnson. I operate a credit repair company here in Montreal, Quebec, and we service all of Canada. So jump right into the topic. The quick and easiest way to remove a collection account is if you have a collection account with a small business. So, for example, let's just say you have a collection account with a gym that's in your area. And most gyms are small businesses, even though they may be chain gyms, such as an Econo Fitness, which is located here in Quebec, or a BuzzFit, right? Which, again, these are gyms in Quebec that are just coming top of mind to my brain. But if you have a collection account with a small gym, this is something that I've done with a lot of the clients that I've worked with, that they have small collection accounts that they need to get removed. So what you can do is walk into that gym, go to the front desk. Maybe you already have a relationship with that person at the front desk, mainly because you probably see them every day, and you let them know, "Hey, I'm coming in here today to talk to you about uh, a collection account that I actually have with the gym. I'm looking to resolve the situation. What I'm trying to do is pay that collection account fully off. And if you guys could send an email to the collection company asking for them to have the collection account removed off of my credit report, that would be great. I'll go ahead and I'll pay that today." And what you want to ask for is that they can CC you to that email so that you can also get written confirmation to also ensure that they're communicating it properly. Because you don't want the mistake to happen of they just say, "Oh, this client's looking to pay off the account." And then the collection company updates the account to a $0 balance. And then that collection account is still on your credit report. The reason why this would be an issue is because regardless of the balance, the fact that you have a collection account on your credit report is still going to have a negative impact. Yes, paying off a collection account may have a small increase to your credit score, but in the long run, you're not going to make that transition into being able to get approved by the banks again. And so, our goal here is to get that collection account removed completely off of our credit report. And so, the wording needs to be precise. Now, if you have a really good relationship with the person at the front desk, you could even come prepared with what you want them to say. It may be a little for most, but if you have, again, if it's a really small business and you have a good relationship, they won't mind, because at the end of the day, all that gym is looking to do is get the money back. They're just looking to get the money back that you owe them. And it actually sucks for that gym that they're in that position, or the small business, because they actually have to give a cut. They probably have to give like 35. The industry standards is like 35%. They have to give like 35% to the collection company. And so they're already at a loss because they've been trying to chase you down for this money. And so when you go into the gym, it's important that you're extremely respectful, because not only is the gym doing you a favor, the collection company is doing you a favor. They do not have to do pay, because this is actually what we're talking about here is pay for deletion. It's another variation of pay for deletion. They're not entitled to do pay for deletion. Their job is to report anything to your credit report as accurately as possible. And so what would actually need to happen is you would pay that account off and it would reflect as a $0 balance. But if you're respectful, if you're kind, and you go into the gym, humble, like you have to play this character almost. I'm going into the gym. Let's just say the guy at the front desk, his name is Bob. "Hey, Bob, I know I'm behind on my payments. I'm just looking to pay this off, but at the same time, it's hurting my credit and it's giving me a lot of issues. So, would it be possible for you to send out an email to the collection company, CC me to it, and we could just say this right here? I actually have it written down. That way, you get your money, and then I actually get this item removed off of my credit report, because again, it's really affecting my credit." And you'd be surprised, a lot of them will do this. I had a client. She had her kid at a private school, and as you know, private schools, they cost money. She was behind on the payments. Now, the private school, luckily, they didn't, they didn't kick the kid out of the school or anything like that. But what they did was they sent the debt over to a collection company, and now this parent had to deal with this. It was one of the fastest removals we had. We literally told her, go into the school, see if they can give it to you in writing that they're going to remove it off of your credit report. Have the school contact the collection company to get it taken down off of your credit report. She got it in writing. It was gone within the next month, right? And so this is a strong strategy. If you have a collection account with a small business, now this isn't going to work with if you go into a CIBC. If you walk into a CIBC and RBC or one of these big banks, it's not going to work. And so you have to know what you're dealing with. But usually with with the small businesses, with the gyms, the schools, things like this, maybe it was a landlord. A lot of people they burn the bridge with the landlord, right? You know, you probably was. I've seen some situations people would get disrespectful with the landlord because again, tensions can get high when it comes to rent or your place of living. But even when things, just because you owe someone money, does not mean that the relationship needs to be burned. It doesn't mean you need to be disrespectful to that person. You'd be surprised. You may need these people later on down the line. And so, let's just say it's a landlord. Hey, I really enjoyed living at your unit, and I understand towards the end of my time there at your unit, I was unsuccessful. Unfortunately, I fell onto hard times financially, and I'm just looking to right a lot of my wrongs. So I'm willing to go ahead and pay this off all in full today. But as you know, this account was sent over to collections, which I completely understand. You're running a business, right? I need this removed off of my credit report. Is it possible that you could CC me to an email so that I can have this removed off of my credit report? Right? This is you being humble. So many people are not humble. So many people, and you need these people to remove these accounts off of your credit report. But if, like I said, you have to play this character. Right? You have to play this character of your tails tucked between your legs and you're on your last leg and you need assistance. People usually are caring. And what I mean by that is if they see that, okay, this person isn't coming in brash, they're not coming in aggressive, trying to demand things of me, because you're no one's boss. Um, this is the best route to take. And most of the clients that have success with this, they're very nice. They're even when they come to us and they ask, what can we do? They're like, hey, Kenny, hey, team, like, I don't know what else to do. And when people come to me like this, I am willing to do, like, give it as much as I can to help them out because they're not coming into it with this attitude of, I'm entitled to you to help me, right? And so when you do that with creditors, with people that you owe money to, you're putting yourself in a huge deficit. And so if you have a collection account with a small business, it could be a school, it could be a landlord, it could be it could be one of these small companies, maybe I seen computer shops where maybe you go to like a small business, a computer shop, and you finance a computer. It could be maybe you finance furniture from a small business. All these small businesses, but I would avoid this strategy with a bank because if you go into a bank, they have no control over that anymore. They have a whole system in place where they pass that off. If you found this video helpful, please like, comment. If you have any questions, send us an email. Maybe you're dealing with a collection account that's with a big bank and you can't walk in and just say, hey, can you write an email for me or something like that, right? Send us an email. We'll be more than happy to help. We help Canadians, we help thousands of Canadians dispute and remove negative accounts, not just collections, judgments, consumer proposals, bankruptcies, late payments, inquiries. We've done all of those things. So if you need help, if you need assistance, send us an email, info@kennyjohnsonuniversity.com. And until next time, peace.